All right, I've never played against this player. Sweet. So this is Eternal Weekend to Library of Alexandria, round 3 of 10. This hand is something. This hand is not bad, but it's not good. We have our Tinker Tart in our hand, but we have decent Moxen base. We've got cantrips. We have reactive spell. I think I'm going to keep this hand. I don't think it's a great hand, but I think it's in the realm of keepable hands. See what opponent does. Citadel in hand is not ideal, but it is still castable. For sure. So this can be usually means Doomsday or PO. Obviously can be DPS or Breach as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to fault anyone if they want to mulligan this hand. I think it's pretty reasonable to think to mulligan this hand. I think it's like pretty well within the range of keeps though. I don't think I want a demonic on this turn because it opens me to daze pretty badly. But if I demonic for Lotus, we can get a Citadel in play. I think I'm going to ponder and look for a Moxen instead. Try to build my mana base. If we hit a Moxen, we can still demonic and play around daze. Obviously, if they have mental misstep, that's not true. Holy shit, those are good draws. All right, so what we'll do is we'll draw this Flusterstorm. So we're going to take this Sapphire, and then we're going to repeal our own Mox to draw Fluster, and then we're going to demonic. That was a pretty good ponder. They might have. I should have floated blue. I shouldn't have floated black. I think I should have held open Flusterstorm there. Probably a mistake. So next turn we can play Citadel with Fluster backup. This hand got pretty real. If they counter this, we just draw Force, which is not great, but actually, if they counter this and we Fluster on their turn and draw Force, we have Hardcast Force, so it's not the worst either. I'm gonna get Black Lotus. Thanks for the follows, everybody. Appreciate that. I don't know why you would want to get Crypt when we only have 2 black mana, friend. That would be not great. I mean, I could get Sapphire, but then I can't have Flusterstorm back up, so the Lotus is the play if we want to try to go on this blow Citadel route. Opponent is deep in the tank on this Demonic Tutor. It might mean they have a daze and they're trying to figure out if they want to tap me out. All right, I could go for Mystic Remora too, but sorry, did I say I meant Jet? Yeah, I could go for Mystic Remora, but that runs into Daze a little too hard. I think I would rather just go Black Lotus. I'm gonna hold Black Lotus so my Fluster is better. Well, yeah, I'm gonna hold my Black Lotus. I think they might be Doomsday. Um, so hopefully this Fluster is enough to protect us from a Doomsday kill here. See what opponent does. Nothing. I mean, we're still gonna make the same play regardless, I think. We don't have infinite time. Like, we can't. Our opponent can sit back and do nothing. We have to present a threat to them. We don't really gain by waiting unless we draw like Night's Whisper off the top or something. In that case, I probably would cast Night's Whisper and look to protect my Citadel better. Let's see what we draw. A repeal. I'm down to cycle this repeal up my Fluster count. Is upping my Fluster count good? It's not good if they have their own Fluster, I guess. Hmm. I can draw like a Remora or something though. Or a Night's Whisper. Yeah, that's pretty big game. I'm in on that life. This is advancing my game state, which I'm really, something I want to be doing here. This is good. I don't think I'm gonna play Citadel this turn. I think I'm gonna pass one more turn. This definitely helps our plan here. I guess the best draw for us would be like a force off the top. That way we have force fluster. Obviously our fluster gets a little bit less good if opponent just plays a land and pass. But their fluster can't target my Citadel. Their fluster can only target my flusters and steps and stuff like that. Lavinia would be a pretty good draw too, yeah. It's time to find out if they're Doomsday or if they're... Okay, it looks like they're Doomsday then. I'm actually just gonna mystical this. I missed up. Well, they're almost certainly getting a 1-drop unless they're getting their Doomsday, in which case I have Fluster, which is... So the line I would be worried about if I let this resolve is if opponent went like land ritual Doomsday with Fluster backup. No, they could go for like Dark Ritual, Flusterstorm, Ancestral Recall, Doomsday. I don't think I'm supposed to counter this with the misstep though. I think I'm supposed to use the misstep on their turn. It's true. If they already have all their combo pieces and they grab Fluster with this, it's pretty bad. So that's kind of a good reason to misstep it. Maybe you're right. Maybe a misstep is better. We could attempt to misstep the ritual. That's true in that line. So that maybe we're safe. Well, I guess a thing that could happen is like Black Lotus instead of Dark Ritual, which would be challenging. I mean, my first instinct here is definitely to misstep on their turn, but we'll see what happens, I guess. I know, man. Looking at the hand, for free. It's just the best play. Look, all of that line, all of that talking just to say, well, they're gonna put themselves down a card, so let's pass. I think that's not an unreasonable point, though. Actually, it's not like we're gonna be super threatened by them going like Ancestral Mystic Sanctuary in this matchup, seeing as the next two turns are going to decide the game, probably. Like, if opponent doesn't win on their turn and we don't, and then we win on our turn, or we don't win on our turn, and then they're probably gonna win no matter what. So, unless we draw like an ancestral. So, it could be a bad sign. It might mean they went and got Gush. Nice. It's probably a pretty good play from the opponent. Kind of signals they don't have another land drop in their hand, and they're gonna use these two lands. They're okay, maybe not. All right, well, we're gonna go for it because I think we're very, very close to dead here. I don't really know what else we can really do. This gets mental misstep. That'd be okay with me. I guess I just played into Mind Break Trap by doing this, but if they have Mind Break Trap in their main deck, I think we just get got. So, all right. Well, I technically have enough to fluster this. I mean, if our Bola Citadel resolves, we probably win. If our Bola Citadel doesn't resolve, we probably lose, right? This is gonna be Gush. See what they do. I guess we have misstep for a ritual Doomsday on the next turn, so we might not die if this gets countered, but they mystical for Gush. They kind of need, or they're gonna ritual and pay for it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Okay. Mental misstep, your dark ritual. Ancestral recall. Good bait. Yeah, I guess I could have paid for mana. I kind of wanted all the mana I could do to pay for fluster though. I got nothing in my hand, friend. They're just looking for a force, I assume. Maybe they just didn't find a force. Maybe they just didn't find a force and we get to have a citadel. Sick. Uh, Guess we just do this, targeting them. Oh, that's such a good draw. Such a good draw. Um, hmm. I will get this force. Oh, I'll get this PO. Never mind. Yeah, they're dead. Yeah, I'm just gonna play Remora, Lavinia, and Narset there. Unless I can find a way to time walk Mentor. All right, so it was Doomsday. We're gonna bring in Camball, Mindbreak Trap, Remora, Fluster. We're gonna take out Island, Repeal, Hercules Recall, Repeal, and is there another card we can take out? That was game one. I don't really want to take out any of these other cards. Maybe we take out Mystical, maybe? It's not like, I kind of know. I don't. No, you want Opal because you want to be as fast as possible. Maybe just take out Mystical. Are you asking why we knew they were Doomsday? Well, when you go Underground Sea Street Wraith, it's 100% Doomsday. And then when you see a Doomsday in your hand, then you also know it's Doom. But the only deck that plays Street Wraith is Doomsday. So it can technically be Death Shadow, yes. Isn't that crazy? We were up around 300 at the end of last stream. It's really fun. It's really dope. I'm glad people are interested in vintage, and I'm glad they're watching me. It's crazy. Just because they have a Doomsday, are you really sure they're on Doomsday? Fair. You make a strong point. This hand has no force of will. I think it's still a keep though. This is just like a fetch land go hand, and then a mana vault go hand, and then like a demonic tinker hand or something. Like obviously I can die on turn one to this with this hand, but I think it's fine. It's not like we're playing against Sing Pan Man or Discover N, so this is a 10 rounder. We hit 391 players. So it's gonna be a long one. All right. This is the largest Magic Online Vintage event. That's such a good draw, Justin. That's such a good draw. We're gonna use out all our mana so that next turn we can demonic with Tinker and kill and attack with Tinker backup. Or attack her with Flusterstorm backup. We could also demonic for like Lavinia or Narset. It'd be a little bit harder to protect that with Flusterstorm. We could also merchant for force. We could also Merchant for Ancestral if they go for a pass the turn pile here. Like, we could let their spell resolve. Like, if they go for Mystical, I'm definitely gonna let them Mystical. And if they go for, like, a Doomsday kill here, we could let the Doomsday resolve, and then go for Fluster. Or sorry, we could go for an Ancestral kill. We have some options here. We're also pretty able to play around their Fluster with a Mana Vault, so. Yeah, I mean, it can happen bot. Sometimes they don't have the luxury to play around all those kind of things. So that costs a lot of mana. It's not always the case that they can do that. Yeah, but I understand, but it does happen where you can fit in Ancestral. So they're gonna hold this Ancestral to do it on our turn. For value, it makes sense. Are they gonna Ancestral now? I think I'm down to counter an Ancestral. Alright, so how do we want to play this? For artifacts and enchantments, friend. How do I want to play this? Merchant Scroll for force. Pass the turn. Merchant Scroll for ancestral. Pass the turn. Demonic for Narset. Uses too many blue mana. All of my lines use a little bit more blue mana than I would like. I guess we can just hold up Fluster, Snap Fluster. I think if they end step Ancestral, I'm gonna Fluster it. I'm gonna PO at the end of step here if they don't do anything. If they Ancestral in response, I'll Fluster it. Wait, will I Fluster it? Storm count will be 2. They'll have, yeah, so I can. Pretty reasonable for me. I assume we're tanking over casting Ancestral with this on the stack. Currently, they can't Fluster it. They could Fluster it if they went Ancestral Fluster. They have Force of Will. I can't Fluster Force of Will, but I'm 100% okay with this outcome. I guess that means they're 100% to resolve their Ancestral on my turn, though. Whatever, I don't have a choice, I think, so. Oh my god, oh my god, I drew a mental misstep, chat. Oh my lord, I drew a mental misstep. Alright, I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna just Demonic for Talarian Academy. It's net 0 mana, and it's gonna allow me to utilize these spells better. I think. Maybe that's like Is that really the way I wanna do this? Like, I wanna hold up misstep, snap, misstep, Flusterstorm and then draw into Ancestral with our Merchant Scroll. Imagine complaining about a Mox Jet. That's some meta. That's a meta play right there. We are actually Esper control. Is this a vamp? Is this a cling? Is this a oh, this is a dig through time. Yeah, opponent's gonna be very sad. Opponent just has an ancestral recall, and we have misstep, snap, misstep, merchant scroll for ancestral. Yeah, that can definitely happen, Corey, for sure. Yo, the worst card in the deck. I always say it. Combo control. Yo, Raphael, welcome back. They drew misstep off the top? Oh, they drew fluster. Very nice, opponent. I mean, that's like if I was the opponent, that's exactly what I want to draw in this situation. It's just not gonna work out for them, unfortunately. This is so brutal. I feel so bad. Our draw lines up just so well against theirs. I'm gonna hold this emerald because I'm just gonna go get. Ow! I just took a fuck ton of damage. Excuse my language. At that point in the night, I just took a bunch of damage. Doesn't matter, obviously. This is actually just lethal because we're gonna PO back all of our mana, snap demonic for time walk, and time walk kill our opponent. So we actually just have lethal that turn. Very nice. Solid 42.5% win rate deck we're playing tonight.